Many cheap solder fume extractors use thin activated carbon sheets. The problem is that a lot of these sheets are fake or so porous that they don't really capture harmful gases and particles. In my DIY build, I use a combination of activated carbon sheets as well as air filters that can trap particles smaller than 2.5 microns, capturing aerosols and visible smoke. First, I'll compare soldering with and without the fume hood. You can see the smoke gets sucked up into the fan and actually has decent airflow up to 145 cubic feet per minute at full speed. Now with the fan off, you'll see the smoke tends to move towards my hand and into my face, and you don't want to be breathing that in. To begin the build, threaded inserts need to be added to two components. The first one is this mounting bracket, which connects a fan with the desk mounted arm. I used a 1/4 inch insert here, which is a standard for camera gear. The remaining 4 ones are M4 inserts, and this last 1/4 inch insert isn't necessary, but I wanted to add a light mount. Now that we have all the parts, we can put all the pieces together. I've added some 5x5mm magnets into these holes so the fume hood could easily attach to it, and it makes changing the filter super convenient. I added a fan guard to protect the filter from interfering. These M4 bolts hold everything together, and it came with the fan that I bought. On the back, I added another fan guard and 4 red spacers to space between the guard and the bracket. After screwing everything together, we can add the 2 layers of filters. I only used 1 layer of activated carbon, but I suggest using more as long as it doesn't restrict airflow. The next filter I'm using is from 3M and it has a MERV 13 rating. After adding or swapping out filters, the hood just pops back on top magnetically. To mount this to the desk arm, I used a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch adapter. This allows me to move the fume extractor around easily and also move it away when it's not in use. I wanted to compare what the 2 different filters do and why they are necessary. The 3M MERV 13 filter captures over 50% of particles between 0.3 and 1 microns, and more than 90% of particles between 1 and 3 microns. This includes fine dust, smoke particles, and aerosols from flux. The aerosols are liquid or solid droplets in the air that you can see in the form of smoke. The activated carbon filter's absorption depends on the number of layers and how porous they are. They capture volatile organic compounds which are invisible and could cause irritation if inhaled. It also removes odors. Together, the MERV 13 filter removes visible smoke and fine particles, while the activated carbon layer removes toxic gases and smells. For airflow, this build uses a ventilation fan typically designed for cooling or mining rigs. It can move up to 145 cubic feet of air per minute at 3000 RPM while producing 46 decibels of noise, which is as loud as moderate rainfall. In comparison, a standard Corsair PC fan moves only about half the airflow, although it runs quieter. Thanks for watching, I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you next time.